Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to my podcast. This is Larry the Lion, and this is my podcast. Thank you for joining me today. Let me see if I can put a background up here. I'm using my Chromebook, so it's a little bit different. I don't have everything set up on here. Oh, there they are. Let's do this one today. Here we go. I think it's gonna go there. All right. So it's not who you think you are; it's who you think you're not. Um, so I'm at my W-2. I negotiated when he hired me the opportunity. I don't like the way my head looks. To continue doing my podcast. Hey Ken, good morning. How are you? Um, I said, look, I've been doing this since December 22nd, and it's important to me that I remain consistent and keep my promise to myself and to everybody that's been viewing me, supporting me, encouraging me. So here I am, consistently late though. We really got to work on that. That's something I really got to overcome is being late. So good morning. Um, so here I am working the W-2. It's not an easy W-2. It's pretty brutal. It's just a lot of hang-ups, selling vacation packages to like Orlando and Vegas, timeshare tours. They got to go take a timeshare tour. But it paying the bills. If I show up, I get $400. That's going to help me pay my rent. And what I'm not going to see any money until not this Friday, next Friday after it. So even though I got a sale last Friday, I got a $30 spiff because I was the first one to get a sale for two phone calls, and I got one. Um, let's see, Melissa Bello is reaching out to me. Hey, I'm on my podcast. I'm on my podcast right now. I'm on my lunch break too. So let me do my little sharing here on Facebook. Let's see. That was Summer Reeves just texted me. Yeah, so it is going to be a little bit more challenging doing the podcast here because I do have time constraints and I'm working with other people in the office. So I kind of just found a place where I can go and sit down here and do this just because I did promise myself I wanted to remain consistent in everything I do. And, um, how you do anything is how you do everything, right? So I am being consistent. Let me just share this to WhatsApp to Ella Ray, Mikey, Carcama's group, Julie's group, Paulina, and Julie. There we go. And let's see, what did Melissa just type me back? I get off at 6 p.m. Give me a call then. Okay. So that's Melissa Bello. She's a sub 2 student over in like West Palm Beach area. Um, now let me just do my Facebook sharing. It's so one of the challenges I'm having right now with the house I'm buying subject to is I don't know the contracts. Um, one of the addendums that Ella Ray put into the contract was the if after 5 years, it's a 5-year balloon that if we don't meet our if we don't have 30% of the equity paid down yet, that it is going to go on an extension for a year. Now, I talked to Keegan Youngkin. He's a sub 2 student here in St. Pete that I met at Kalisha Carter's meetup. And him and his partner, Carter, I met at Carter the 2 days later at Crunch Fitness in the morning. I saw Keegan this morning. Keegan's going to do a walkthrough on the property with me because I had a virtual contractor give me a virtual quote yesterday, walking through the property. She quoted me like 85,000 to 100,000. Literally everybody I talked to at the sub 2 meetup in Indian Rocks Beach, that is Kalisha Carter's meetup she does with RPM every second Tuesday at the Anecdote Brewery in Indian Rocks Beach. Got to advertise for my friends. Nobody told me it would be that much. Nobody. And even when I told Keegan that yesterday, he said, "Dude, there's no way. There's no way for putting up two walls. You're just putting up walls. Why do you need to charge $85,000 for putting up two walls? Like literally, you're putting up a frame and some drywall and some insulation because you're gonna need to have some sound damping. But in the garage, you're gonna convert 2 bedroom. I don't know where she got 85,000, 100,000 from. Right now, I got a tree trimmer guy out there because there's so much overgrowth, and there's also a fence that needs to be removed. As he said, he would remove it. Getting a quote from him because nobody's going to want to pay, 1,000 to 1,300 or $250 to $300 a week. That's what rent is going for where I live in St. Petersburg. If you don't have a place looking nice, I mean, you don't want to live in a haunted house with an old tore up fence and trees, palm trees all overgrown and stuff. You got to trim those things, and they're not cheap to trim. They can be like $1,000 or more to trim those trees. You're going to need quite a few of them trimmed. There's a bunch of overhangs and stuff that would be over the ADU when we build that. So you just got to clean up the property, make it look, livable. It's not that it looks terrible right now, but it could always look better. So let me just share this real quick. Watermelon Challenge, Camp Community. Wholesale hotline. And let me do it like this when I'm looking at the camera here. The Growth Company with Jesse Stanton. If you guys need a personal coach, Jesse Stanton, I recommend. His program is amazing. Really changed a lot of what I do and how I do things. Investing in Jacksonville. When did I join that group? South Florida Sub 2. JJ's Mastermind. Florida Elephants. Creative Real Estate University. Realtors and Real Estate, Dealmaker 10 Business Group, Private Group, SoCal, Sub 2, House of Cards with Jesse Stanton and Chris James, Secret Agent Challenge, Astro Flipping, we got Mastermind, Multifamily, Add to Bucket List, SpaceX Boca Chica Group. I love that group. They never let me share. They always deny it. A lot of these people's admins just don't even approve the post, so I just keep sharing to them. There's a few. I don't share the Gator Method. I don't share the Creative Financing, and I don't share the Mastering Multifamily with Vina Jetty and Yes to Millions, Tracy Thompson and Caroline and Ingrid Hernandez group. So they asked me not to, so I won't. But everybody else, until you ask me not to, I'm gonna just keep on sharing, even if you don't kick it out. Even if you don't approve it, I'm still going to share it because then I don't have to worry about counting which ones I didn't share to. So really excited about, shoot, why did I just do that? I think I got all the way to the bottom and messed it up. School of Sharks, painless wholesaling, real estate. All right, I think we got enough anyways. But so my friend Elizabeth Pasongpong, we're sitting there, and she was like, you need to go share your GoFundMe more. She goes, I can't, I have to buy this house that she's buying. She needs a minimum 45,000 down payment to her friend. It's supposed to be 50,000, but she can get away with 45. But the tickets to Kalispell, there's only 2 of them left leaving out of Tampa. Other ones I would have to drive to Orlando or Miami to get on a plane to get to Kalispell to make it to those dates. And I had to book a day earlier to get there on the 26th, and I had to leave later. So, but price had dropped from $979 to $859, and as it moves closer to the date, the price keeps going up. So we knew that it wasn't gonna get any cheaper than at 8.59. It was only gonna become more expensive, and in order for me, because everybody's leaving on the 30th, which is Sunday, to book that flight was like over $2,000 for me to get back to Tampa. So I had to pick leaving on the 31st and then a 7-hour layover in Philadelphia after stopping in Chicago. I won't get home until August 1st. So, but that's okay because I'm really excited about going to the, this is a once in a lifetime first time event. Like this is the whole community that Pace has built, and including Jamil, Vina, and Abraham, and Jerry, and Molly, and though this community that he's built is only 3 years old. There'll never be another first time community camp. And there'll never be another free one. Pace has already said it like half a dozen times. They said yesterday in our Zoom where we were going right over itinerary and planning that it's a first. Pace has already spent over $70,000 just by himself, and like Venus spending money. Jamil, Jerry Norton's opening up his home to us. His brother, Tim, I think it's Tim Norton. We're gonna go spend time at his farm. And then the Sound of Freedom. Tim Ballard is our speaker. How insane is that? This guy like rescued people. Women, being trafficked. It's horrible to think about it, because if you know anything about me, I keep on talking about my passions is I don't want to see anybody's son, brother, grow up like me due to what I went through in my family. So I want to take care of battered women and single mothers. Like my mother was battered, but I'm not sure if it was when I was not sure who beat who first. Was it when I called my father after my mother beat me and he came home drunk and beat her, or I don't know where it all started, but it all led me to, and then my father died. I was no supervision, no nothing. I went down the wrong path. So I strongly believe in helping single mothers, battered women, and learning more about. I first was heard about the trafficking and slavery that in the Clever Summit, Cole Hatter was making a safe community for the women that were trafficked. And so now I'm hearing more about it, and it's pretty great that our community is involved in that, helping end that. It's very noble, and it's going to be really an enlightening, and I'm sure it's going to be kind of painful to listen to, but you can't hide it. You can't look away. You have to open your eyes and see what's going on in this world. The Epsteins, Bidens, whatever, all, the Bill Gates, some crazy. I was reading about it last night. There's some secret organization called Arabella, and that is supposedly the elite trafficking name. So pretty crazy stuff. But it's going to be really interesting to see and hear from Tim Ballard, which that's what the Sound of Freedom. It's about his life and how he's helped people. That's what they're trying to. They don't want you to hear that. They don't want you to see the truth. That's just like Pace opening up. The things that he teaches us is what we're not supposed to know. We're not supposed to know all this stuff. It's only for if you're in the group, but Pace gives it away for free. Look at all these things have helped change my life. Being part of this community, joining first as a Gator, and then sub 2. I got my Gator Elite done yesterday too. Finally, shit, I kept on putting it off. I made a 5-minute video. I think I only need to do 2 minutes, but I probably talk too much, but that's what I do. So back to the house here. So I'm getting some more estimates. The agent realtor that I'm buying it from, she went out of town for a week. She wants to show the contract to her lawyer. She wants to go over it with him. So I got an extra week here to get some more solid numbers. So Keegan Yonkin, he's a sub 2 student here in St. Pete. Him and his partner Carter, um, who I met Carter Friday at Crunch Fitness. Keegan's gonna come over and walk the property with me tomorrow. He's gonna give me some insight because they've done pad splits. They are doing pad splits, and if my first choice and my friend, I look up to her. She very much Julie Burkhardt. If she, I'm giving her the option of me being the private money lender or Angela Wayne. So those are the ones that I reached out to and asked. Other people have offered. If I decide to not go with the private money lender way and get a private money partner, Keegan and Carter and his guys are looking to be that PMP with me because they are doing pad split. They're doing it here in St. Pete. And it's really great to start developing a relationship with some, some sub 2 students that are men in the community that, because I have mostly women friends here in sub 2. But it'd be great to have those two guys as my partners, my friends. We all work out at Crunch Fitness in the morning, which is really cool. So I mean, we have like a mini sub 2 meetup at Crunch Fitness. I'm sure there's maybe a couple other people here in the St. Pete area that would like to start coming to Crunch Fitness to sub 2 meetups in the morning. But no, it'd be great to learn from them, their experiences with doing fix and flips here, building permits, contractors, the nuances of, doing subject to deals in St. Petersburg, finding about title companies that'll work with us, stuff like that. I think it'd be a really great experience to work with them. Even if they don't become a PMP, Keegan said he would help me in the processes if I decide to stay on the course where I'm at, which Pace told me I didn't believe in myself enough to do. I do Pace. I believe in myself. I can do it because I'm doing them. And like Ella Ray said to me, she said, um, if not today, when are you gonna jump in? So when what are you waiting for? When are you gonna jump? When's gonna be the right time? And that made a lot more sense, even more than what Pace had told me. Well, when's there gonna be another time? When I'm gonna wait for another deal and do it on my own. So, but I just don't want to. I know inevitably, since it is my first one by myself, I will make mistakes. It's inevitable, and but I don't want to make critical big mistakes. So I'm going to rely on the community and people like Keegan, Kalisha Carter, that are here and Carter and his partner Carter. Not no relation to Kalisha Carter. I rely on David Braun and Renyon to learn from their experiences in this part of Florida. David Marsh and Savan, and there's people like Keisha Clark also, and her partner Darrell. He's up in New Jersey, but there's a lot of people I can rely on in the community here. People that I met at the meetup too. I've met some great people. There's like Jita Reddy and her husband. I met Imelda the other day. I met Ginger, or G7 Luxury. She's a realtor. She's going to community camp. Um, I'm starting to connect with the community here. Not just virtually like here on the podcast or in Facebook groups, stuff like that. Trying to get reinstated with sub 2 as because my mentorship's been on hold. I've been broke. I've been, I live like sometimes I don't, and by choice it was in the beginning, but some days like today I'm not eating because I'm fasting because I don't want to spend the money because, little bills hit. Like I had a $9.99 hit today. It was for the 2 terabytes of my iPhone, my storage and everything because I've taken over What is it? 11,302 photos, 10,165 photos. People are like, why don't you delete some of that? Why? No, because this phone is from March 31st of 2022. Um, just a little over a month into my journey on this 17 months ago. Um, all these pictures and videos document my life and all the changes and all the struggles I went through in the past 17 months. So those are important to me. So I need to pay that bill. But I've gotten rid of things like YouTube, which is really hard for me to watch because that's all I watch. Unless I go see a movie in the theater, like I went and saw Mission Impossible on Saturday. Um, this is a part one. I mean, there's another part two coming. I was like, damn it. But I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. I don't watch sports anymore. I never thought I'd say I don't watch sports. I grew up in Chicago watching the Bulls, Michael Jordan, and the Bears, and Cubs and White Sox, the Blackhawks. And I lived all over the country. I've seen other, doesn't even phase me to not watch sports anymore. I couldn't tell you who's playing where, who's playing who. I don't even forget it. I don't even know what season it is. Is it football season right now? I hear they do preseason in earlier now, like in July now. That what it is? I don't know because I don't watch. I don't pay attention, and I definitely don't watch the news because it's the news. It's just program propaganda for you guys. Um, so let's see. I got started my lunch at 12:30. I need to start earlier. I think I'm gonna just leave my Chromebook here, but I don't know. It might get jacked or something. But or at least get here a little bit earlier. Well, I can't. The bus only gets me here like 15 minutes early, so I could set it up beforehand. I spent 4 hours on the bus, getting here to work for 8 hours. And the main reason I took the job, even though I might have been able to find something sooner or closer to the house, but I would have been looking, go out more and look and actually find somewhere that is going to hire me right away. This place, I've done this before in Vegas. I used to sell these mini vacation packages. I used to sell timeshare. I used to get people out of their timeshares. Um, this was a perfect fit. I had negotiated the ability to still do my podcast with Matt and his wife Amy. Amy doesn't like it, but Matt's okay with it because I got a first sale in like the first 2 phone calls on Friday. So he's like, "Oh, all right, this guy's a keeper." So he allows me to sit out here, use his Wi-Fi, and I can still do my podcast and be consistent every day at 12:30 or slightly late, which I'm always am, but we're working on that. We'll overcome that one day. But I really want to share every bit of the journey on taking over that home subject to. I want to share every bit of it I can to help somebody in their journey by what I'm sharing. And it was pretty. I still get humbled and amazed by when people say comments to me. Like keep going, keep doing what you're doing. There's Angela. What is her name? Angela Duncan, I think it is. Yeah, Angela Duncan. Um, she had a post today. It says, being interviewed and being on stage is definitely not easy. Several retakes, uncontrollable laughing happens often. So why do it? She wants to pay it forward. Do not keep your God given talent a secret. If you think your talent is easy, that is your super talent. And you should be sharing it with the world. What is your super talent? So I replied, I said, where'd it go? I'm a storyteller. Pace Morby told me that was my superpower. And she says, Larry Parsons, keep crushing it with your live videos. We are watching you. I'm like, this woman like hangs out with Grant Cardone and a whole bunch of super high level people. And I was like, Angela Duncan, really? Wow, I'm blown away. You made my day. Thank you. So I don't know. It just goes to show you don't know who's watching you or when they're watching you. It's like when I was at the Dealmaker in New Jersey. Carl Allen comes up to me and gave me a big hug. He's like, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. He goes, I've been watching you. You just don't know who's watching you or for how long. Like when I look at the analytics on my YouTube, which I never do because I've never rewatched myself. I think I've watched maybe 10 minutes since December 22nd. I don't like to look at myself like after I watch because I'm like cringe. I'm like, oh my god, I made that face, or I did this, or I pronounced something wrong. But Carl said, he goes, I'm proud of you. Proud of you, Larry. I've been watching you. It's like, really, Carl, you took your time. These are super high level busy people that are spending their time watching me. It's really humbling, really incredible, amazing. And the encouragement and support that I get is amazing as well. I'm not going to mention names, but somebody was upset last night in the Zoom for the community camp about because I had gotten special permission from Pace and Vina to invite my very best friend and somebody that's encouraged me and supported me a lot in the past 15 months since we met. I think it was, April when we met last year. Her name's Elizabeth Pasamquan. She's my best friend, and I was romantically interested in her. Like, we were just friends. If I had it my way, we'd be a couple. But because it's regardless of that, I don't have a significant other. I don't have any family to invite. And I needed some help to get there. She was gracious enough to get our Red Lion hotel there. Like I said, I told Vina, I said, I don't have any family. I walked away from my mother, brother and sisters, everybody I knew to change my life. Sub 2 is my family. And Liz has been there for me throughout the whole, about 15 months now. As I'm driving across country between her and my other friend Pam, who they're both they're both from Laos. It was just pretty crazy, but Pam was like my angel 333. She was finding me gas stations and hotels to stay at, stuff like that, as I'm driving across country to go see Pace and in Springfield when him and Angela Wayne walked that property. And Liz, I was going to see her. I don't have family to bring, so that was my choice. And I said, Vina, she's like my sister. She's like my best friend. She's not my significant other. That's what I told Vina. And Vina said, yeah, it's okay. I understand. And Liz went and saw Vina last night in Aurora in Chicago at Vina's meet up there for Mastering Multifamily. And I'm really grateful for Vina Jetty to choose me to go. Mind blowing. But somebody was upset last night, and it really, I don't think they fully know how much this means to me. To be chosen to go to this event after the 7th. I'm not saying my story is worse than anybody else, but it is a little bit unique. I go from literally the streets of Las Vegas, like no bullshit, like on the streets, living on the streets, the day before the Super Bowl, finding a 1-minute Facebook ad from Pace Morby, to at the end of the Super Bowl saying, God, I'm done. This man is Willy Wonka, and this is my last chance at a golden ticket. Those exact words is what I said. I said I need all new friends, all new family. And what has he given me? He's given me sub 2. Everything I could ever ask for. And which is ironic, because I didn't know anything about the golden ticket event at that time. And on day 2 in Kalispell, there's a golden ticket event only for the 100 people that were invited. So I'm actually getting to go to a golden ticket event. It's the golden ticket event on day 2. Pretty crazy. Can't bring your family. And that's when I said, well, can I bring Liz? Because she's a sub 2 student and she's my partner. She's also my business partner. Because we are business partners in PHP, which is infinite banking and whole life. So if you need whole life insurance and you want to learn about infinite banking, I always forget to mention that. I haven't been pushing it so much because I don't have my life insurance uh, license here in Florida yet because I got to study for it and I got to pay for it. And I got to devote time to studying for it, which I haven't had the time to do because I'm working so hard on doing direct to agent and doing the subject to and working on myself and getting to the Crunch Fitness and being part of Jesse Stanton's growth program, growth company. It's careful what you ask God for. He might just give you everything. And when you ask for things, you don't really think it through. You're like, oh yeah, I want this, but there's things that are going to come up you didn't ever think of, and when you get it, not saying anything bad's come up, but it's just different challenges, things I'm not used to. I'm learning and growing as I go. Um, so yeah, really excited. I get to actually go to a golden ticket event now. And I'm grateful for everybody that's helped me. I still do need a little bit more help. I just right now, like I said, I'm not getting any money till Friday, and it's only going to be like the $80. I won't get the commission on that sale, which is like 15% of $3.99, till the week after. So I still got to pay rent this week. My phone bill is still due, and I got my ticket to Montana. Like I said, I'd rather end up homeless in Montana and not miss that event because it is so it's like a milestone for me. It's a confirmation that I I made the right choice when I decided to change my life. You know, I never dreamed of all the great things that have been happening to me, or for me, not to me. But I could have, and it's still just getting started. There's so much more to come. So much more to come. I'm so grateful. Anyways, my time's about up here. No more. There's no more 10-hour marathons, which I used to do all that stuff. But I do have a friend, and she's gonna be a partner. Her name is Rachel Weaves. Um, that's gonna be helping out, like she's gonna be working in the DTA, doing the follow ups with agents as far as texting and doing callbacks and setting up for me to close them. Or she might do some closing herself, but she's also going to be working with me and Tigger. Let me see who this is. Hello? Hello? Yes. Hey, Greg, I've asked you guys to take me off your list. Do put me on the do not call list. 4 times now. Do not call. Damn it, Greg just wasted 40 seconds of our time. Ironically, that's what I'm doing. I'm calling people right now. They ask me to put them on a do not call. It's okay. Just if you don't want to be, you literally have to say those words. Put me on the do not call list. You can't say stop calling me. I'm not interested. If you don't say put me on the do not call list, they don't have to. In the whatever systems they're using, it'll just keep calling you. But you have to say those words. Little secret for you guys there. But anyways, so I gotta go back in, sell some more vacations, and take a 2-hour bus ride home. Crazy. It's such a long, part of the morning bus ride is broke up because I go to Crunch Fitness. Takes about 35 minutes, 45 minutes to get there, 40 minutes to get there. And then I go to Starbucks and grab a coffee, and then I come here. They were pretty cool at Starbucks this morning. They filled this up for me. Uh, it only filled to like here, or you can't even see it, but I said, hey, can you pour a little bit in there extra? Like, yeah, sure. Because I mean, you get free refills, but it's only $3.48 for some bomb ass Starbucks coffee. That stuff is delicious. If you like coffee, that shit is good. It is. I make coffee at home all the time. It just doesn't never taste the same, even if it's a Starbucks bag, which I ain't paying Starbucks prices for coffee in the store. I get the cheap shit right now because that's all I can afford. Get that Folgers big old tub, which I'm out of coffee at home. It's kind of worked out. I have coffee here and at home. So, anyways, I gotta pack all this stuff up. I've narrowed it down to my Chromebook and the headset. And Thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate it, all you guys. Thank you for holding me accountable and keeping me consistent, because it's easy for myself to self sabotage myself, which I used to do a lot of that before I changed my life. I mean, I had amazing opportunities in those 3 decades. I fucked up because of self sabotage, because of not believing in myself, believing that I couldn't stay clean, I couldn't, maintain. So would self sabotage right there. But like Pace told me, I believe in myself, or he believes in me more than I believe in myself, and I want to prove him wrong. Pace isn't wrong a lot, but he's wrong about me. I believe in myself, and I can do this, and I'm going to do incredible things and help so many people. So, with that being said, I love you guys. Peace. Have a great day. Thank you for all your support and encouragement. I really love you.